Hey everybody, Mike here, and this looks like we are on part 8 of the Chrono Trigger walkthrough. Starting out at the Village of Magic. And yes, we are at the Hecarim Cave, to be precise. This place is kinda interesting. I think one of the important things to know is that everything's really weak to magic. So I generally use fire, ice, or lightning in here. I do think that Luca is a good party member for this. Definitely for this, for the cave. With the fire magic there, so yeah, so that's my recommended party, at least for this point. Luke is not my favorite character by any means, but she definitely fits the bill for this little dungeon. As far as items, there isn't a whole lot here, other than I believe there's a magic scarf coming up, which I don't use. I don't particularly find that I need more. I really like the speed more, actually. I think it comes in a little more handy. You know, on if it's like a new game plus or something, it could be a little different story. If you've already got your characters capped out on speed, but you know, I guess that's pretty unlikely even for a new game plus. You know, at least for certain characters, I think maybe you can cap out one or two. It's been a while, you know, since I guess I've thought about it, but I think at the end of one playthrough, you know, you can probably have a couple. So I guess depending on which ones you choose, maybe they are capped out. But either way, long story short, I do not use the magic scarf here. Anyway, so yeah, and I think that's really the only decent treasure in this cave. So everything else is, I think everything else is consumables. Could be wrong, but guess we'll find out. Yeah, not much else to really say about this particular area. I guess the rage band that I have on Chrono isn't going to be as effective as it normally would be, because you know, this stuff isn't really that weak against physical attacks for the most part. I think maybe there's a couple monsters that aren't, well, again, you know, my Chrono's crazy overpowered. Actually, I believe I capped out his power stat already. I don't know if maybe not in this particular spot. Maybe that's more towards the end of the video that I realized it, but yeah, you know, even that being said, I think his attacks are pretty weak here. Maybe if I had the rainbow. There we go, the roly-poly went down with one shot. I don't know if that's going to be the case for everybody. I go dissing on the rage band, and then I totally destroy that thing with it. Yeah, so apparently, anyway, the roly-polies are at least semi-weak to physical attacks. Or I should say Chrono's physical attacks. I believe these bats, on the other hand, are not so weak, and I believe I test that theory. So yeah, anyway, so we're part 8 now. I've been going pretty slow on the walkthrough. I really need to pick it up, but Final Fantasy 14 has really been still shouldn't say it's taken up a lot of my time. I've been really hitting it hard, trying to get everything to 50, and I feel like, you know, I'm guessing anyway, once I hit 50 on everything, that'll kind of peter out. But you know, I still have that drive to keep going until everything is maxed out, which I guess is the OCD in me. So yeah, so hopefully that, you know, like I said, I think there's the scarf, by the way. Once I hit 50 on everything, I should have a lot more time to, to play this, get it done, get the walkthrough all complete, and move on to the next. I really want to get into 13 and 13.2. I think those will make really good guides. It's already been a while now since I played 13. And I kind of miss that game. It's a good game. The story was real good, and I liked the characters, so kind of want to jump into it again. And then to a slightly lesser extent, 13.2. I've played through that I think 3 times now. It's a real neat game. I really liked the way they did the stats, I guess, and how you level and how you can I don't know, I guess maybe I wouldn't say if you're lazy, but if you don't know, you can really do some interesting stat optimization in that game. So it definitely added some replayability for me anyway. So anyway, I'm looking forward to doing that. So I really gotta pound through this though and get it done. And use the little firewall there on the rollies. They got all grouped up, so I figured, hey, hit them all at once. Take care of them. I think maybe what I'll start to do, at least for the rest of my guides, and hopefully it'll speed them up, is I'll probably do an encounter with a couple enemies, and then if I show you already how to do it, then I'll just probably take off and run from the rest of the battles that are like that. Or at least that's the thought. Who knows how that'll actually turn out. I kind of was poking around there, but there's nothing down there. Alright. So here you can avoid that. Avoid the gin bottle there. And then we've got, I think that's the wallet inside there. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I played this last. Actually, it's been a couple years, so who knows. And I was kind of poking around here too. I kind of thought that there was something extra to get, but I don't know. I don't think there is. Kind of thought if I run around and did a little more exploring, I could find something, but I think I was thinking of a different game. Heal up before the boss fight. If I think it's not a bad idea to save there. I skipped it, which could have led to my doom, but it didn't. One shot this next guy, so it was all right. Everything turned out okay. Excuse me. And here we have Mr. Hecarim. And this guy, it says that he's only weak to lightning, or that's one of the, or sorry, not only weak to lightning, he's weak against magic. I thought that it said somewhere in Medina Village, that he's only weak against magic. I don't know if I put that to the test or not. Guess we could find out. See if Crono did any damage. I think really, depending on your equipment and Crono's stats, it actually might pay off to just physically attack him. I want to say I would have done more damage, because my magic stat on Crono, and anybody that this is their first playthrough, your magic stat's going to be pretty low. Whereas, and this isn't going to be true for everybody, but my physical attack stat is really, really high. And, maybe this was the perfect storm, but I think I actually could have done more damage. And here I used anti-pod, and I don't remember how much this did. 323. That's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. I think when I actually took this video, I looked away for a split second, and I didn't see how much damage it did. So then I never used it again. But, you know what, I guess it didn't really matter because I had some pretty intense healing to do. So, being that I use Marl as my healer, I think she just healed for the rest of this fight. Which is not a bad idea. You know, I think I could have got myself in a little bit of trouble. You know, if I would have just kept, definitely if I would have just kept casting spells, but or at least casting offensive spells and not spent any time on defense, but it turned out alright. And here, where he says go ahead and try to attack, I don't know if you can use magic on him right then or not. And I didn't think to try it. I just assumed that that would mean that he was gonna counterattack anything. So I don't know if he counterattacks physical only, or if he'll counterattack anything. You know, physical or magic. And then he says brief counterattack break. So I took that to mean that there was gonna be a break in his counterattacks. So I went ahead and started casting on him again. And I went balls to the walls on him. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that means that, you know, you're fine to attack after that point. But I think between where he says go ahead and try to attack and the point that he says the brief counterattack, I don't think you can attack during them because he'll unleash a pretty big AoE on you. I believe it hits everybody. So, you know, if you're feeling adventurous, go ahead, give it a shot, see what happens. I guess I wasn't, you know. Figured it'd be a better idea to just continue on and do my thing, get this guy down. And down he goes. If only Magus had defeated the humans. So yeah, a little hate there still. So it says in the Middle Ages, that the theory is that in the Middle Ages Magus created Lavos. So they're saying, hey, you know what, if we go back and take out Magus, then maybe we can take out Lavos, or Lavos won't ever come to appear. So that's the plan. Here I believe I stop in at Luca's house. Taban has a vest. I believe it's the Taban vest for Luca, which I think is pretty decent. It's gives her a little bonus to speed, which is very much needed on the first playthrough, because Luca is like a snail. She's by far the slowest of my characters. So I think you have to talk to Lara upstairs, and then you come down and Tabana's hanging out with the vest. So let's equip that bad boy. We'll see if I'm quick enough to see her stats. Her speed's 7, brings it up to 9. And I finally equipped the plasma gun that I got so long ago in the future. That sounds funny when I say it like that. Alright, here we're stopping in at the market to visit Fritz. Fritz has got us a little present. Hope my dad never hears about this. Dad. Acting a little strange, and Fritz's dad says, Crono, I'm in your debt. So I think Dad did know that we busted him out. Got him out of trouble. So Dad knows for some reason, or somehow he found out. Alright, so nothing new as far as inventory here. Oh, so I go here into Guardia Fortress. You don't need to necessarily do this right now, but eventually you're gonna have to. So I guess it's not a bad idea to get it done, right away. But you really want to take a trip in here to unlock these, I guess time gates. I don't know what everybody calls them. But this one in particular unlocks this one, and then I think it unlocks Banger Dome in the future. So yeah, like I said, I like to get them taken care of early. Yeah, so it's that one, and then it's the one directly across from it, or diagonally across Banger Dome. So yeah, so I was right. So let's go back. I checked on. Yeah, I need to go back to Guardia. So basically, you just go in there, unlock them, jump back in, because we need to go to Lean Square to get back to Truce Canyon in 600 AD. Because those two are connected, obviously. Being that was the first trip that we took through time, that's typically the way that they unfold is the same way that when you unlock one, it unlocks the other at the end of time. So I don't know if I did a very good job of explaining, but when you unlock this one, or when being that we just unlocked that last one, we also unlocked the one that we traveled to in the future. When we originally traveled there, just like the first time that we ever time traveled, it connected Lean Square here in 1000 AD with Truce Canyon in 600 AD. So that's what we will unlock by stepping into this one. We'll appear here at the end of time. I believe there's only 2 left. Two time gates. Yeah, 2 time gates that haven't been unlocked yet, and I don't remember which ones those were right off the top of my head. I have a feeling one is one might be is it 12,000 AD? No, that doesn't seem right. 1200 BC maybe. 12,000 BC. Jeez, can't speak today. I think that's it. Who knows though? We'll find out later, I'm sure. I guess it's not that important to know right now. So here we are in 600 AD, back in Mr. Frog's time. Got some work to do here. Not a whole lot of story stuff, I guess. But stuff that's got to get done. Got to take care of business. Trying to remember exactly all the stuff that I did here. I think I kind of made this video long too, but hey, you know what? Do a long one every once in a while. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I think I skipped over. I didn't visit I didn't visit the market or anything. Normally I think I'd spend a little more time on stuff like that, make sure that I'm fully upgraded, but I think I've been rushing a little bit, to try to pound through this stuff and hopefully not bore people and keep going with the story. So anyway, I think you have to, well, maybe you don't have to, but actually you probably do. I think you got to talk to the Knight Captain there, and he'll tell you that they're running out of rations. So they're fighting Magus's troops, and they need some rations. So we're gonna shake the monster down, like always. Shake him down. When you see a monster in the forest, shake him down. Man, don't know why I checked that. I knew that was a dead end, and I knew that was there, but I went anyway. I don't know, maybe I was bored. Maybe I wanted to show everybody that it was there, in case they forgot. Who knows? Alright. So, we're familiar faces in the castle. Don't need to worry about that. And I think I missed some of the dialogue here. Oh yeah, that's right, this part. So don't do what I do, or don't do what I did here. Make sure you talk to the chef and listen to everything he says before you leave. Because if you don't, it doesn't trigger the scene. So you see, I walked all the way outside, and now I'm gonna have to walk all the way back in. Because I didn't let him finish speaking. And anyways, like I said, I think I missed a little bit of the dialogue, but the king was injured. So I assume, like I said, I assume. I don't really remember because I haven't been through the storyline for a while, but I think he was injured fighting Magus's troops. So, being that our goal apparently is to take out Magus, we're gonna try to get across the bridge and help everybody out. So, all right. So that's that. Like I said, this is what triggers the scene. You actually have to finish the dialogue with the chef. Keep in mind, the chef and the knight captain are brothers. And he says, "Tell that fool he better come back alive." So they've got kind of a gruff relationship. And here is where I realized that I was capped out. Power. I'm a power stat. So, whoops. I went back in just to check and make sure. Yep, so it's got the 2 stars. So the 2 stars for anybody that wants to know. That means you're capped out on that stat. You can cap out the majority of the stats. Power is easy, speed is easiest. I think everybody caps out at 16. I think. Don't quote me on that, it's been a while. I think it's 16. Everybody can cap out their magic stat. And the hit stat, on the other hand. I want to say the hit stat is what makes Marl and Luca's attacks stronger because they're ranged classes. And I don't think that the power stat does anything for them. At least this is what I think. I don't remember if there was a... Those two do 2 different attacks. They'll do a, kind of like almost like a melee attack. Marl will hit an enemy with the butt of her crossbow, but I think that is more to do with, I think it's more the position of the enemy on the battlefield, or like the field screen or the battle screen. So I don't know. Part of me says that, the power stat should go off or be affected when they use their melee attacks, but I don't know if it actually does. So maybe I'll do a little testing later on when I max out their stats, but we'll see. I don't know. Magic evasion. I don't think you can max out your evasion stat without maybe an item. Maybe though, who knows? And then I think stamina was the last one. I don't think there's, because there's only power tabs, magic tabs, and speed tabs. So obviously those are the 3 I think that are obviously easiest to max out. And maybe, like I said, maybe those are the only ones that max out naturally. Or sorry, with the power tabs or stabs in general. Well, anyways. So here we are going across the bridge. I picked up the gold helmet from the chief, or the knight captain. and toss that on Crono because he is the only one that can use it. The only one in the party right now. I believe Robo can use it too, but you know what? We didn't take him with. Personal preference, you know, for who you take across the bridge. I think I just stuck with Luca because I didn't want to bother, you know, switching at the end of time. But you can really take whoever you want. I think that's that's actually the consensus for everything, you know, really. I think you can really take anybody you want anywhere throughout the game, and it doesn't matter. You know, there may be certain fights that are slightly easier with different players or different characters, but when it comes right down to it, I think if you find 3 people that you enjoy playing with, you'll be fine. I think all this stuff was weak against magic. At least it kind of seems like it is. Yeah, that didn't do much at all. Crono's physical attack, that is. So magic it is. Deceased. So you want to take out everything first and then hit Ozzy? And then Ozzy just takes off. I don't know if you can even do anything to Ozzy before you kill the other monsters. I don't remember, and I didn't try. Alrighty, what do we have here? Alright. I think this is Zombor. Zombie? Yeah, zombie. I don't know what they were going for with the name. Zombor. Zombie. Let's see how I do this. Just crush the top. The top half is only weak against ice or water. And since you can only use... Or Marl is the only one that has water at this point in the game. She's the only one that can cast on the top half. But Crono just crushes that thing. Yeah, he just smoked it. So physical, you can use physical attacks on the top or the bottom. I recommend taking out the top first, because I want to say that the bottom does a, I don't know if it's like a one-shot kill on somebody or something, but that's why I did 134. I should have stuck to physical attacks at the end, apparently. And then the bottom is weak against fire and lightning. You know what? I don't remember if the top half was weak against shadow as well. So you know, if you'd take Robo with you here, you might have a shadow attack or two. I don't remember. I haven't actually used him yet. Or actually, I shouldn't say that. I used him in the factory, but it's been a while, and I don't really remember what attacks he has at this point, honestly. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too painful, but again, Crono really crushed that top half. I think he did 2 criticals, for 600 and something each. So, that really made quick work of that. And this item, that's just an item store, so there wasn't anything there that I was interested in. Thanks a lot for nothing. For wasting my time window shopping. Alrighty. Oof, getting tired. Oh my. Alright, so here's where our Naga at Bromide finally pays off. The old guy wants to trade. And of course we will, because we don't have any use for a Naga at Bromide. Alright, let's get the magic tab. Good trade, I'd say. Good trade indeed. Alright. Cafe. I don't believe I do anything. Clear your conscience, the end of the world is coming. Okay, lady. You are just crazy. All sorts of crazy. And here, in the Elder House, we've got Toma talking to the chief about the rainbow shell. Because I'm like the mythical explorer. So, Toma's off to find the rainbow shell. And I hope he finds it because, man, that rainbow shell makes some really sweet stuff. Alright. Loot Fiona. I think it's Fiona. Ooh, wow, yawning. I think it's Fiona, or is it Fiora? I forget. I think it's Fiona. I didn't even talk to her. I just robbed her house and took off. So here we've got Toma. Only reason why I came back to the cafe here was to talk to Toma. We'll pay your tab. So he kind of hints about the southern woods. Pouring over the market. I believe the market's got some upgrades for us. So let's go ahead and check that out. Ooh, as well as a power tab. Excellent. So, there we go. Definitely some upgrades. Buy a couple of gold suits for the ladies, as well as a couple berets. So, those will be the two upgrades for them. Well, actually, you know what? And I don't think I ended up equipping the suit on Miss Luca because I did not want to bring her speed back down to 7. Because she is just way too slow. So yeah, so I probably didn't need to buy that gold suit, but you know what? I got the money. I don't know what I was... Oh yeah, I was contemplating whether or not I needed to go into the rest of these houses. And it does not appear I did. So the woods here, I did a pretty good job of avoiding this stuff. There's a couple chests, and then here in this bush, you have to walk to the top side of the bush and then crawl down to get inside here to... This is Frog's little hideout, and then that's your second magic scarf, which again I don't like, so you know I didn't equip them. Gotta tell Frog that the king is injured, and he says there's nothing I can do, and he's not the hero. So, I think that about wraps this video up. There we go, we got all ninja. Got through the woods without picking any fights. Yeah, so I believe that is going to wrap up part 8 of the video. I did poke in here at Tata's house and I said hi to his dad and his grandpa, but they don't say anything, so I don't think that you necessarily need to come in here. I like what the grandpa says though, it's pretty funny. It's a brave grandson's a brave hero, and he gets it from the granddad's side of the family. All right. Just don't necessarily know if that's the father's side or not. Food for thought. All right, that is gonna bring this video to a close. Thanks for joining me, and we will see you on part 9.